Don't struggle by, don't suffer by being in that role. And then, because time is a space of opportunity. You just have so much time. It's not infinite, and you're going to make a choice now. Certainly. So did you know? Go. Oh, this is a story it's all over the place. Percentage of corporate officers who are women are down. Silicon Valley, everybody knows what they did to Fiona, HP, and now look, Meg Whitman is retiring. What's going to become of Silicon Valley? There are no women in leadership positions. Are you going to believe these stories? This is a spin that media has on you. Don't buy it. Really, and that's where I got really upset with the whole situation. I'm like, I need some answers. I don't like this story. I'm going to do something about it. So I went and found some answers. So that's where the Invincible interviews began. So I reached out and, I said, okay, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I don't know the truth. And I'm not going to find out what I don't know. I'm going to just go and chat with some women. Because in my conversation, I'll find out really what's the truth, what's happening, right? And I really want to know. So I reached out and next. And this is something that has stuck with me for the rest of my life. From the childhood. I have this intense childhood emotional traumas. You can sense it right now, right? I'm with dad and everything going on. So this man here, he actually gave me a gift that before, he gave me a gift to me long before I never had a chance to meet him or anything. He was gone before I was born. So, it was hard to meet him, but the words that but it was the words that actually he left us with. He says, be the change you want to see in the world. Don't wait for other people to really come up and say, oh, this should change. I really wish that somebody saved energy. Oh, gas prices are going down. Do something about it, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to call 50 accomplished women. I'm going to talk to them, and that's it. Okay, so what happened was that I started to chat with these people. People would say, how did you reach out to these people? It was so easy. I'll tell you, Invincible website wasn't up. I was just in that transition where I was launching the website. And I just said, okay, to one of my friends, hey, I really want to interview some really cool women, and this is the reason why. And he said, hey, wait a minute, I know Senior Vice President of Sprint. I'm like, okay. And he made the introduction. Fine. And within that introduction, I wrote to her in response that this is the reason I would like to have a conversation. And I appreciate it. She was in some place in Kansas, and I said, I'd really like to have a chat with you over the phone. She said, yeah, of course. I've been really wanting to talk about this stuff. I'm like, okay, that's great. Then, we chatted, and this is when I don't have a website. I don't have any place. There's nothing objective in the world that actually can validate that her interview will be published. She was there just believing in me, able to open that door for me, right? So what happened? 1 minute. So what happened? The story is very interesting. So obviously now I need the second person. So I just asked her, do you have any more friends like yourself? And she said, yeah, of course. You know the Senior Vice President of AT&T? Like, of course not, but I know soon now. So she made an introduction, and so on and so forth. Every place I went, people, I'm doing this, I'm interviewing so many women. Oh, I know 5 people you should really, really talk. Give me your card. I want to know more, and give me. And one thing led to the other, and I talked to so many amazing women, and they have such amazing stories, and we'll come to that. But what did they have in common? This is something passion to create. As females, we really have that inbuilt in us. Creation is part of our metabolic system, I think, or neurosystem, whatever. But really, passion to create. From nothing. They just love the process of creation. And with process of creation, what problem comes is that there's a sense of ambiguity. You really don't know whether things will turn out the way they're supposed to. Or, and then there's a risk of taking responsibility. Hey, you started with good intentions, all right, but hey, you lost like $100,000. What are you going to do now? There's always this sense of ambiguity, but that used to be the driving force. They were willing to take the chance and go with that and say, let me see what more have I got to lose, like other than trying, because I got just one life. I love it when I create something. What if it works? I mean, really that mental shift, like what if it works? Then I've created something that will make a difference in the world. And I really want to do that. And so, I talk to serial entrepreneurs here in the Silicon Valley, women, entrepreneurs, one after the other. They would say, I love it when something I create becomes so valuable in the marketplace that people adapt to it and use it and make their lives better. That's what their messaging was, again and again. Oh, confidence. I mean, you could wake them up in the night, the venture capitalist has rejected your presentation. So what? It's not the end of the world, right? We'll go to the next one. So they have the capability. And then, there is a whole, even in corporate America, I mean, these women were so capable. You think they get promotions every now and then? I mean, they don't fight all the men bureaucracy. They had so much going on. I mean, all that old boy network and all that. You know what? They never cared about that. They said, I really want to compete in an equal level playing. They have that mindset, that's fine. But somebody will give me a promotion because I deserve it, because I'm the best in the job. So focus on getting the job done. And candid. I mean, never argue with a woman. I mean, she has an arsenal, right? We know that. We carry it here like, oh, you want to argue? Bring it on, buddy. So, but they were cool, control. Not like we see in the movies, like highly dramatic, the fighting. That doesn't happen in the real world. Please do not buy those stories. They're all media hype. These are cool, composed women who take decisions in a very, very, professional manner. They're not throwing dramas. I mean, seriously, drama is a manifestation of the media. There is no such thing in the real world. Competitive. Oh, how many people here think competition is bad? Now you will not raise the hand, right? Of course. Being competitive has nothing to do with killing someone. Being competitive is that you have to accept that you are responsible for the consequences that will come out of your decisions. And for that, you will have to make some hard choices. You have to be competitive. I mean, really, when your kid doesn't get food on the table tomorrow, hello? I mean, they are real life concerns. I mean, they're not just being people. I mean, they're real people. They're not like, hey, competition is bad. I really like, I don't like when I have to brag about myself. I mean, I did consulting many, many places, and many women will come up to me and say, you know what, I don't like to brag about myself. I'm like, so tell me, what is bragging? They will say, when people talk about toot their horns. I'm like, why do you think people toot their horns? Because they want to impress other folks. I'm like, why do you think they impress other folks? What value is in it? They say, because they feel that they need to be appreciated. I'm like, there you go. Wouldn't it be nice if somebody really appreciated you? But how do you think, like, I'm a genius that I can really dream what you're doing in your cubicle? Yeah? I don't know what I don't know, right? So why don't you just language it for me? I mean, what's bad about being, out there talking about your accomplishments? Coherent.